For those of you who follow any of my videos at all, you will realise that I'm making a big thing out of Ireland being the second safest country in the world. Now, if you think about this, what the statistics prove is, and what the research has done, is they found that 78% of the women in Ireland would feel quite safe walking home late at night in the dark. Now that just tells you something about Irish culture and the Irish way of being. So what is it the Irish have got that nobody else, or very, very few, seem to be able to copy or emulate? I need to explain something from way, way, way back in history, when we first became civilized, certainly in the northern part of Europe, the northwestern part of Europe. We had to organize ourselves because we lived in a very, very extreme climate. One part of the year, one half of the year, there was very, very little sunlight. It was absolutely freezing cold, wet and damp. In the other half of the year, there was sun almost 24 hours a day in some places, where there was always sunlight. And so the growing season was fantastically fast. When you think of all that time the plants had to grow. So we had to organise ourselves and plan for the winters every year. To do that, we had to organise ourselves, we had to cooperate. That's why, and that's how we became civilised. Now, if you take this on board from being primitive people and think about how we used to live and how we managed to live, you will understand that one of the biggest concerns that men had was that they were the father of the child they were about to be taken care of for the next 16 years at least. That's when anthropologists believe that any person would be adequately educated and mature enough to provide their own shelter and provide for their own food. Now you think about this for a minute. If a man has got to spend, because of our larger brains, if he's got to spend 16 years of his life looking after a child, caring for them, protecting them, educating them, providing everything they needed for shelter, food, etc., you would have to be sure that that was your child and that was your genetics that were going to be carried on to the next generation. So for that kind of insecurity that men have, the Irish have obviously found a way of dealing with that. You look at some religions and some cultures throughout the world, the extent to which they go to control women, to keep them subdued, to stop them even looking at other men, to stop other men from even looking at them. You think about the lengths they go to control and restrain women, restrain their movement, restrain their freedom. All these different things are for the one purpose, to ensure that it's a man's genes that are in that woman, no one else's. So it's a big issue. It's a really, really important issue. So how do the Irish deal with it? One of the big problems that we had in this country, in fact, if you look at the statistics, they're pretty well conclusive, that the problems that we have now with crime, mental health, anxiety, everything else, all the kind of problems that we've been trying and struggling to deal with politically, actually have a sociological explanation and a sociological solution. And it's a solution that everyone can follow and everyone can abide by if they choose to do so. Now, the thing about the Irish is, if, like me, I'm a Scots-Irish, but if you have any relatives or friends who are Irish, you will know for a fact they have a reputation for heavy drinkers. They are very, very quick to a fight. The famous film, The Quiet Man. This is John Wayne, I believe, but this is a tradition that goes back decades, hundreds of years possibly, because of the way that they were dealt with by the British. They were naturally defensive and very, very quick in learning how to fight from an early age. And that's the kind of culture that they grew up in. So how does that prevent domestic violence? It's very, very easy to explain. The secret to all this, the secret that the Irish have that nobody else seems to want, is the fact that they are 100%, or as much as possible, they're always honest with each other. And they, generally speaking, stick together as a family. Every man raised, certainly in my culture, was told that you have duties, responsibilities, and you must protect your family beyond everything and anything else in your life. If there is one person on God's earth who would risk his life in a breath to protect you or your children, that would be the father. That would be the man, the risk takers of your society. These are the people who bond together in friendships that are rock solid, in relationships equally rock solid, because the loyalty to your friends and family and to your partner is in honesty, in telling them the truth. It was a mantra in some of the families where if the child said something, instead of reprimanding them, say, "Thank you for telling me the truth." Because if you reprimand your child, they will naturally not tell you everything and anything. One of the things that sticks out in my mind about any other culture is that they will be too afraid to tell you the truth. And I can understand that. If they've been raised where they were punished for telling the truth, then naturally enough, that's how they're going to be as adults. And that causes problems. It's just that not knowing. As anyone will tell you, anyone who's ever had a partner who was disloyal and disrespectful, etc., they will tell you it was the not knowing. And that's the problem that you must eradicate. I know from your childhood you got reprimanded, you got told off, you maybe even got punished for doing something wrong. And try and get out of that mindset. You're not going to be punished if you tell the truth. And for both partners to be the same. I can't emphasize this enough, guys. It's just so important for a happy, healthy, stable relationship and a secure, stable future for your children. It is so important that you get this right. Start a new regime tomorrow. If you're having problems, please start a new regime tomorrow. From now on, tell your partner, from this moment on, we are 100% totally honest with each other. You might find some surprises in how well you get on. Might even improve your love life.